Eurogold is driven by being the best civil engineering contractor in the Northwest, ensuring its clients are given the highest level of service that they deserve. Eurogold work in a wide range of industry sectors, including house building, highways, commercial and industrial build.
La Vita is an award-winning, independently run Italian restaurant. Located on Rose Lane in the heart of Liverpool, real Italian-style dishes, using the best ingredients, skillfully prepared by our chefs. Come and try our serious Italian experience.
Supreme Upholstery Limited is a manufacturer of quality bespoke upholstered furniture. Come along with your ideas for that perfect sofa to fit your home and let Supreme bring your ideas to fruition. We also offer a service to the contract market, including large hotel groups and small family-run business. No matter how large or how small your order, you will always get that personal service from our sales team. Come along and visit our showroom.
Hello and welcome to the Irish in the UK. This week we're telling you a story about Danny Sullivan, who was born in County Kerry, immigrated to London in 1971. Danny worked in London for a number of years before establishing his own construction company. Danny has worked extremely hard down the years to build the company up to what it is today, employing over 1,500 people. His son Tim joined the company about 7 years ago and is now the managing director. This is Danny's story.
I came to London on the 23rd of September 1971 at the age of 16. First time I came, I wasn't too lonesome, but you know, the second time I came, I was very lonesome. I don't know what it was, but the first time, of course, we didn't know what we were facing, but you know, my mother and father was home that time, we were all, you know, to us, we were young, you would be lonesome, of course, yeah, but when I came to London, and the girl came over, the great place, and we got the girl in dancing, I loved the dancing, and we met a lot of people, and it was fantastic, we had some great times.
So when did you meet your wife Sheila?
I met my wife, she did have summer 76, I think it was 76 we met, you know. We met her and we got married in 1981. She'd been a wonderful wife to me, so she was a great woman. Our kids were born here in London actually, and in 1991 then Julie was in a year, Sheila went home with the kids and we went to school. I was going to go back myself that time a year after, but I didn't go, and I came back and over, and Sheila had the family at home, went to school, and thanks to the guy, everything worked out fantastic. The kids are fantastic, and it was great to see them now running their own business, and Timothy's over here now looking after the business. He took over the business, and it's just fantastic for me.
So tell me, how did you first get Danny Sullivan Group off the ground? Where did you get the idea from to get your own company going?
Well, I'll tell you what, I was a foreman for a company, and I was outside in the office. I was doing all the civil engineering, and I would lay pipes and cabs and everything. So this day the project manager called me into the office and he sat me down. He said, Danny, he said, you know, the company you're working for, there was some problem with it, with the taxes and who they were anyway. But he gave me the opportunity of taking over a contract, and I said I can't, I would have to get married. So he was a great man, Jim Elders and Peter Burse. And then I took over the job. There was about 100 men. They worked 7 days, and I used to out my invoice by hand, and we into the office on Monday, and I did my check on Wednesday. We should get paid every week. Within a couple of months, I had about 400 people working, and I took off from there. Timothy has taken over the business. He took it over there last summer. He got married last May, so handed over the business to Timothy now. He's bringing it from strength to strength. Timothy's in the company now for 8 or 9 years. He done a course in college, and he went with Balfour Beatty, and he learned his trade with him coming through, and he get to be wonderful. And he's bringing the company now to different levels. So it's fantastic. It's fantastic for me. We get on very well, and we go out the site. We're meeting this morning around the site, and we get on very well. And if I have something to say to him, I have no problem. He listens to me, and that's the way it is. We get on, and it is great. And the company is going from strength to strength. I'm very happy at the moment. It's great for me now that I can take a back seat and to see that Danny Sullivan name is going from strength to strength. It's great.
And of course you've done a lot for people coming over from Ireland to London here. And in 2011, of course, you set up a special company helping them to get jobs and helping them to get established here in the city.
We did, when new list comes over, that time they used to have people going to college and home. My lads were going, we let a lot of people just come over here in the summer. We're bringing here to the office, and we put them through that CSS courses, and we get them through PTS in different courses, and we give them a start in life. We started a lot of great people in life. Some of them came with us, and more people have gone. They're gone to different companies now. But we've done a lot for the youth, and we've done a lot for the Latin. It is great, and it is great for me now to sit back and to see the whole Latin, to see my legacy. We continue with Timothy, which is a wonderful son. It is great. I'm delighted, and all my family are great. With the farms at home, we have the 2 sons have taken over the farms, and my girl have taken over some property. So they're all doing very well.
Now, whenever I'm in London, I always bump into people. Your name always comes up for being so generous, so supportive to different charities down the years.
Well, of course I've done a lot of charities. I do have a dance every year for St. Joseph's Home, Killargan. It's a home of every year. I give them a cheque of 20,000. There's always people worse off than ourselves, and there's people that's part by the wayside in one way or the other. We do help people in lots of ways, and done it. And you have fierce look for it. I remember one time there was a person, he was from County Louth, and I buried him, and we went back to the Kingdom, in the Kingdom at the time, and we pretty far behind the bar, and we had some sandwiches and on my way home that evening I got a phone call from a big job, and I got a great number. So the good deed I done that day, I got it back in another way. I do always think of that, I will get it back another way.
Now, back in 2017, of course, because of your charity work, you decided that you'd do a special bike ride around the Ring of Kerry for a charity over there.
Well, I done the Ring of Kerry about 9 or 10 times, but in 2017 I was out here training for the Ring of Kerry, and I got this massive pain in my head, and I rang up my friend Timmy Carey, and Timmy Carey was there within 10 minutes. Next he had me into my doctor, a doctor in Harley Street. He dropped me off at the doctor, and I walked into my doctor, and the minute I went in, I got sick all over, and I fell on top of the doctor. And when he was parking his car and he came back, I was going to the ambulance. So it was a miracle, because I was going to Ireland that evening. I was going to the Ring of Kerry a couple of days after, and if it happened to me at home on the farm, I'd have no chance. I gave 6 to 7 months in hospital, and I can't remember nothing with my wife by my side and my family. So I came out from strength to strength, and I'm grateful for him coming to me now. And Timothy, my son Timothy, he done a cycle race of some kids from Lansdowne to John O'Groats, and we gave the hospital £75,000 to raise for the hospital to save my life. So that was fantastic to have my son do that, and it was great, and it was great to see it happening, and I'm delighted, and I'm great again now, thanks be to God.
Well, absolutely. Of course, the health is the main thing, and that time when it happened to you, of course, it was very much touch and go for you for a number of months.
Oh, sure it was.
And of course, it was very worrying time for all your family.
Oh, sure it was. My wife was calling that time, and about 4% of a chance of surviving, and all my neighbours and friends. There was masses at home, masses everywhere for me, and I thank Almighty God for giving me a chance in life. I'd be a good Catholic anyway, for some mass, and I do believe in it, and I believe in God, and I believe in helping people.
Did my degree in construction management back in Ireland, and I came over. I got a scholarship with Balfour Beatty, who were one of our clients. And then I finished off my degree, came out with a first class, and I was on with Balfour Beatty for a few years in a graduate programme, and then eventually came to the business to take it over from the father. My dad came to London in 1971 and £10 in his pocket from a farming background and didn't have a whole pile, and he's, has this huge successful company, which is a credit to him. There's not many people that could actually do that, and so it's great to be there with him. The last number of years, learned a lot from him. And again, I suppose with myself, bringing it to a new level, because things have changed, the industry is changing, and you've got to keep with the times. So very proud to be a part of it, and as I say, keeping the legacy going and having the next generation 2 looking after it. We've about 1,500 people working for ourselves right across the UK, so that's from London to Birmingham to Scotland to Dover to Cornwall. We're 6 offices right across the UK, so we're in a very, very good position. So we supply trades and labour to all the major infrastructure projects across the UK. So from your Crossrail to your Thames Tideway to Super Sewer here in London to your Heathrow, hopefully the expansion will come along. High Speed 2, we're heavily involved at the moment in it as well. The Transpennines up in Manchester to Leeds, which is huge. Border Rail was a big job for us in Scotland. So we're involved in a lot of the different sectors: highways, utilities, rail, nuclear. So it's great. The one thing about us is the family values and family ethos, and we wouldn't be as strong as we are without having the people around us. And there back in 2016, the company was 30-year anniversary, and we had 120 people with the company 20 years or more.
Wow.
So it says a lot about ourselves and seeing after them, and sometimes you give them a sub or give them a loan, and they might have personal issues, and they can pick up the phone to myself, my father, and we know our people, and just being there for them, and you get it back into Dublin, which is key, we think, to the success.
Now, down the years, of course, the Danny Sullivan Group, you've had so many certificates and presentations to you. Tell me about one or two of them.
Yeah, so again, I suppose the big thing for us is like moving with the times, and if you don't, you'll be left behind, So we like leading in our industry, and I suppose the big one there for us was last year we got an accreditation for Be Fair, so it's fairness, inclusion and respect. And CITB came out and they picked 2 of our sites and interviewed our employees on the ground and wanted to see how they were treated, from welfare to getting paid, and numerous other things. And one thing they kind of said is that with our company, they said they can pick up the phone to myself and my father, and they knew that we would answer any queries they have or help them out in any way. And they came in here and interviewed myself and my SMT team, and we got the accreditation there last year, which is a massive success. Another one is women in construction, getting more women into the industry, because look, there's labour shortages and that side of it, and some of our clients are really into it, and which is great. And we had on one side we had 17% of our workforce which were women, and we found the productivity and just the health and safety and everything increased, which is great to see.
We hope you're all enjoying Danny's story. We're going to take a little break and we'll continue with the story on our return.
Eurogold is driven by being the best civil engineering contractor in the Northwest, ensuring its clients are given the highest level of service that they deserve. Eurogold work in a wide range of industry sectors, including house building, highways, commercial and industrial build.
IJK's Scrap Metal, Manchester. We provide payment for scrap metal, removal and disposal of cars and abandoned vehicles. A weighbridge facility, authorised treatment facility, recycling and waste management. Full compliance with all legal requirements. IJK Scrap Metal, Manchester. A friendly, professional and reliable service.
Supreme Upholstery Limited is a manufacturer of quality bespoke upholstered furniture. Come along with your ideas for that perfect sofa to fit your home, and let Supreme bring your ideas to fruition. We also offer a service to the contract market, including large hotel groups and small family-run business. No matter how large or how small your order, you will always get that personal service from our sales team. Come along and visit our showroom.
The Warrington Irish Club, 83 Orford Lane, Warrington. A friendly and welcoming club keeping the Irish culture alive. We have Irish and country music every Saturday night, tribute nights, race nights, charity nights and karaoke. All live sports shown on the big screens. We have snooker, dominoes and crown green bowling teams along with arts and crafts. Pop in for a friendly welcome and to book your event at the Warrington Irish Club, give Frank a call.
La Vita is an award-winning, independently run Italian restaurant. Located on Rose Lane in the heart of Liverpool, real Italian-style dishes, using the best ingredients, skillfully prepared by our chefs. Come and try our serious Italian experience.
Buckhurst Plant Hire, operating nationwide and supplying equipment to the construction, civil engineering and utility industries. Buckhurst is synonymous with quality equipment and excellent service. Call us today.
IJK's Scrap Metal, Manchester. We provide payment for scrap metal, removal and disposal of cars and abandoned vehicles. A weighbridge facility, authorised treatment facility, recycling and waste management. Full compliance with all legal requirements. IJK Scrap Metal Manchester, a friendly, professional and reliable service.
Eurogold is driven by being the best civil engineering contractor in the Northwest, ensuring its clients are given the highest level of service that they deserve. Eurogold work in a wide range of industry sectors, including house building, highways, commercial and industrial build.
Welcome back. Now this week we're telling you the story about Danny Sullivan, who was born in County Kerry and immigrated to London in 1971. Danny has done so much to help people in London down the years and is a big supporter of some great charities. Now we're going to continue on with the story and chat to Danny's son Tim about the horrible shock they got the day that Danny took ill. Tell me a little bit about the morning that you actually got the word about your dad being in hospital.
So it was the 27th of June 2017 and the same day I was up in Cambridge, so we've got a big highway job up there with Balfour Beatty, Costain and Skanska. It's with Highways England, the A14 from Cambridge to Huntington, and I got a phone call around the middle of the day and it was the hospital and they said to me, "Are you his son, are you his next of kin?" I said, "I am," and they said, "Look, your dad's after collapsing," and they said, "Look, it's a matter of hours, he has to live." And obviously I was in shock at the time and I was in a meeting and I was bawling, crying and I had to come out of it, and my ops director was up there at the same time, Maurice Manny, and he carried me down to London to the UCH hospital, and I got a phone call on the way down as well, and they said, "Look, about a 4% chance he's to survive," and I had to call my mom, my siblings, my two brothers are back in the farm, Caroline was back there as well, and my beautiful wife Casey was in London, and my sister Julie, and I had to ring them, and they went into the hospital to Dad, and eventually when I got down, it was the longest journey I ever had coming down to London anyway. It was a bad day the same day, and we were called into a family room, a private room, and the doctor said, "Look, you know, call for the worst, like it's get the priest," you know, they said like that, it's not looking good. So my mom eventually got over that night, and my two brothers and sister, they got the first flight they could get was 8 o'clock from Cork. So the first, you know, few hours and a few days like was touch and go, and we didn't know what was going to happen. But thank God, look, he made a remarkable recovery, and I just could not thank the National Brain Appeal enough. He went from the UCH hospital that evening to the Queen Square, and he was in intensive care for a couple of months. Then he went to the high dependency unit, and then he went to rehab. And you know, he had to learn to walk and talk and read and everything again, you know. And he's back now, and, you know, back involved in the business, and absolutely amazing the recovery he's made.
Now, following that, of course, yourself and your wife Casey wanted to do something for the National Brain Appeal. So you're doing a big cycle ride. Tell me about that.
We did. So Casey and I took on the challenge of cycling Land's End to John O'Groats. So it's approximately 1,000 miles, 1,600 kilometres. So it was over 9 days, and it was an organised event anyway, and we wanted to give back to the National Brain Appeal for all the great work they've done, and hopefully that money will go to good use in terms of buying maybe gym equipment or getting extra staff, because they work unbelievably hard, and you know, I could not thank them enough, and just great to give back. And I think we presented to over £76,000 to the National Brain Appeal, and I was there myself in Casey, presented to them, and hopefully we'll raise a lot more money to them from as well, like, you know, which is great.
Now, of course, the Danny Sullivan Group is very much family orientated, isn't it? And I know that you do a lovely family calendar each year as well.
We do indeed, yeah. As I said, it was formed by my father back in 1986, and we do a family calendar every year. And one thing is for maybe our family and friends, but also for our clients, that, you know, they get to know us better, and they kind of see the work, say, behind what we do outside of Danny Sullivan Group, like other interests and hobbies. And one thing my father, he loves, you know, back with the sheep are lambing now in a few weeks, he's going back home for them, and the cows are calving. He loves spending time back there. So, and then in terms of the family, having them in there, like, and my sister Caroline has got 3 boys, and hopefully have more kids along the way. My brother Daniel and Elaine's expecting now, coming up in July, and my brother Patsy has got Jamie. He's a really good farmer, and he's in Cloggan school now in the tech. And then Julie is over here, she's gone nursing. So it's nice to get everyone involved in it, and our clients kind of see that side of us, and just having the personal side of it, and having our family values and ethos, and you know, living by them.
Now, you're not only following in your dad's footsteps here in the company, but of course you're following your dad's footsteps with the Kerry Association, and I know that you're keeping your roots with them, and you were actually awarded the Young Kerry Person of the Year in 2019.
I was indeed, yeah. Getting Young Person of Kerry a minute a year in London was obviously great. I was really, really proud of, and I think as a family, I think we're the first father and son to get that award, which is great. But again, I wouldn't have achieved it. Like, again, you know, the family, my other half, Casey, has been a massive support to myself in my career, just always there to support me and give me advice. And we're a really, really good team. We do so much stuff together, and I don't think I'd be only half without her. Now, you were telling me earlier on, Tim, about the special mass that you held here actually in the offices last year. Yeah, on the 10th of May, we had a mass for our office, so we blessed it. We did a bit of a refurb, because we're expanding. We put another level on, and also we did a mass for our staff, and then the people that have passed away down through the years, and which is, you know, a great occasion for us. And at the same day, actually, my father passed the business over to myself, which was, you know, a historic day, and I was very proud to have that. And my father now has gone to chairperson of the group, and he still plays a key role. He's like a figurehead to the business, and goes out to the site, catching up with our employees on the ground, and catching up with our clients, and getting the feedback and seeing where we need to improve on, and, you know, which is great. We want to, you know, go from strength to strength. How would you sum up your dad? My father, he's a very kind man. One thing he always says is to the families, never forget your roots. Treat everyone the same, no matter if it's the person on the ground sweeping up to the highest person on the job, the director. Everyone comes into the world the same way, we're all going to leave the same way. And then, you know, helping people, being there for one another, you know, and if they do need a hand, you know, treat them well. And I suppose trust and loyalty, and having them traits, and I think it will stand to you. I'd like you to tell me a little bit about St Mary's of the Angels care home in County Kerry, because I know this is something very passionate to you.
St Mary of the Angels, I have my young sister Hannah Marie. She was mentally handicapped, and she spent her time in St Mary of the Angels. It looks after handicapped children, and it's a massive place. So the land adjacent to it came for sale there just during the year, and I was speaking to the nuns, and they were interested in me having it, and because they didn't want someone to come in to buy it and build it there. Well, anyway, I went to the auction that day, and I wasn't tough, and I ended up having it. And I don't know, was my family confused for a bit, because it would draw too much on myself, but it is what it is. We're after reclaiming it, and it was fantastic altogether. And it's there now for one of my families, and we've done something for the homeless there. So it's something that's near to my heart, and I'm delighted it's there for my family now. Now, of course, the freedom of London. This is something else. What does that mean to you? It means an awful lot to me and to my family. We got there last October, but next September, I think the 27th of September, we're going to be walking a flock of sheep over London Bridge. It is one of the perks that comes with it, and we are sheep farmers at home. My family are sheep farmers, so I think it's going to be a fantastic weekend for my friends that come from all over. There's someone come from America, New York, and come from all over Ireland, friends, and we're going to have we're going to have a big hoolie for a couple of days, and it's going to be done. So we'll be on the cameras that day for definitely with our sheep. Yeah.
Of course, you've always been a great Kerry man. You've always been a great supporter of the Kerry Association here in London, and of course in 2004 and again in 2015 you were Kerry Person of the Year. Certainly. And it's something special. It means a lot to you.
Oh, it's just fantastic for me and for my family. I was one of the first ones in 2003 or 2004 after the first one, and then again I got it for here in London too. It's just fantastic for me and for my family to have that under my belt.
Now, Father John Ahern, of course, lived in Manchester, was based parish priest in Manchester for a long time, and he's retired back to Kerry now. I believe he's a great friend of yours.
He's a fantastic friend of mine, John. Father John, I know in Manchester for years, and actually he married my son there 2 years ago at home, Father John. Great friend of the family is Father John Ahern.
Now, tell me a little bit about your hobbies. How do you relax?
I go to the pub with my friends and I do sing a few songs, and I go to the fairs and I go to lots of places, and you know, we go to Cheltenham now for a few days. At Cheltenham, I go to races here and entertaining people. And you know, I done a good bit of cycling a few years ago, but since I got my aneurysm, I used to enjoy the cycling. But I think I might go ahead again over the summer with myself, you know.
Well, Danny, it's been lovely speaking to you. Lovely to meet you, and we wish you the very best of luck. And it's great to see you in such good health at the moment.
As I walk down London City, oh, the sky is so dark and grey, I cannot hear familiar songs, my mind is drifting away, and across the deep blue ocean, and down the old road's way, and see again the thrashing mill on an Irish harvest day. It's an Irish harvest day, and it's long, long past away. Beautiful memories will always be there, no matter where we wander, no matter where we stray. We'll tread again our footsteps home on an Irish harvest day. I can see my dear old mother outside her cabin door, singing songs, old Irish songs you'd long to hear once more. And I wonder if she's waiting with some kind words she may say. God bless you all, and welcome home on this Irish harvest day.
What a lovely story, and isn't it wonderful to see Danny in such good health? And my goodness, what a voice. Didn't he do a great job on Irish Harvest Day? Well done to you, Danny, and thank you for your wonderful story. Well, that brings us to the end of the show for this week. Don't forget, we're back next Thursday evening at 7:30 with the Irish in the UK, and Henry McGlade is on from County Mayo before us at 7 o'clock with his show. Until then, look after yourselves.